Greetings Barcode Battler fans, and welcome to the third of my update videos on the Barcode Battler Museum. If you've been following the first two update videos, you'll know we've had a lot of products from Japan, and this time I'm just going to do a quick rundown of its kind of version differences really between the Epoch version of the Barcode Battler II, the Tomy version released as the Barcode Battler in Europe, and the Irwin version, also released as the Barcode Battler in the US and Canada. If you owned a Tomy Barcode Battler, you might have noticed that the warrior numbers start at 6, 7 and 8, and you think, oh, maybe they follow on from the wizards. But there's a gap between 3 and 6, so that doesn't make sense. Also, the enemy numbers start at 32, unless you count this guy, who is enemy 6. It doesn't make sense. But if you look at the Epoch version, and you know the history of it, there was the Barcode Battler. Then there were 3 packs of 20 cards, each with additional enemies and heroes and things like that. And the soldier number designations follow on in order. This is the first time we get wizards, which is why the wizard numbers start at 1. And the enemies follow suit all the way up to the boss, who is the 6th boss in the series. And there are 5 bosses across the previous 4 installments of the game. Moving across to the Irwin version, we can see that the warrior numbers start at 1. Alongside the wizard numbers, they've renumbered the cards for their territory, which I think was a decent move. Also, the monster numbers start at 1, and the boss number also starts at 1, although there are no other following bosses, sadly. Another thing you might notice is the artwork is kind of split on the Irwin version. We have original artwork for the heroes. Like the Tomy version, they came up with new artwork for their heroes, separate to the Epoch version. Same again for the enemies. We've got new artwork for the enemies on the Tomy version, but the Irwin version seems to have the same enemies. Now, I'm afraid I don't know much about the licensing history behind the Barcode Battler in the US and Europe. There does seem to be a lot of overlap between the enemy designs. Some are different. Here we've got a cookie cutter enemy who replaced Zanbi. All the enemies, even though they share the same art, they have different names, so I'll just pull those closer together for a better comparison. So we've got Air Dragon or Tough Nut, same artwork, or very similar artwork. P-Brain and Pandora are the same. Then we've got Barbarian and Popstopper, very different. He's swapped with Residon and Glue Goblin for their position among the enemy listings. Then, if you'll just ignore these guys in the middle, we've got Dolcoon becomes Barbecue. Oh, Bagooza. They moved Bagooza to become Cookie Cutter on the Irwin version. Then there's Droom, who resembles Waste Doctor. Now, the naming of Waste Doctor, why is he called that? It's quite possible they took some inspiration from the name Dr. Recycle on the Epoch version. And for the boss, we've got Card Shark, who is just a reuse of Darman's artwork. Again, slightly recoloured. Then we get to the weapons, so we've got the Ninja Star. Let's bring the Japanese version in for some comparison. So we've got the NJ Sword on the Epoch version, Ninja Star and Ninja Star. P Sword becomes the Power Sword in both Western versions. The CB Rocket becomes the Rocket Gun, although with different artwork on the Tomy version. Irwin chose to stick with the Japanese version. The Infrared Glass in the West was derived from the HP Glass. Same artwork across all 3 there. The XF Armour was originally the CN armour, and again, Irwin have gone with the Japanese style artwork. Okay, now if you'll ignore this column and this column, we have the Hitome Bowl becomes life crystals in both of these. Actually, it's rice. If you look up here, you can see the rice stalks. It's a bowl of rice, and it's just been interpreted as crystals in the West. Very strange. And then we've got the ginseng root, which becomes mandrake, with very different artwork for Tomy, and Irwin have reused the Japanese art with the Tomy name. Then there's the MP lamp, I assume that means magic point lamp, becomes the magic spirit. And there's a magic lamp again. Finally, we have the support cards for the single player version against the computer. These guys help you track down the keys that crystallize time, as described on the box. So we've got Gaiden, who became Yodin, and the artwork was reused. Or reused the artwork was, I suppose. Then we've got Chizo. Sadly, he's not made of cheese, so Wallace might be disappointed. And that became Zeuth. I don't know where that name comes from. I think this is the only power-up that Irwin didn't copy the name, or didn't use the same name as Tomy in their version, just simply because the style is so very, very different. Also, as a bonus, Irwin Barcode Battler owners would have had, as well as the ordinary blank cards, which the Tomy version had, we get these two blank cards, which thankfully in this instance haven't been used. We get a pair of blank cards whose artwork characters appear on the instruction manual, and sadly I do have a bit of damage on my English language version, so I might be on the lookout for a new English language manual, but I have the French version. All the artwork's there. I should be able to preserve that on a scan. All the text is, as far as I can tell, undamaged, so I look forward to scanning all that in and preserving it on the website very soon. So, moving on to the new deliveries we've had recently, we've got Chahan, who is the legendary Soldier 4 from the original Barcode Battler, along with this very shiny card, which I need to translate at some point. Not sure what that is, but I guess it has the person's name and some sort of stamps or code or something that would go on there. We'll move those to one side a moment. Next we have these folders, which seem to be very delicate. I'll try not to open them too wide, but they have these little spaces, these plastic pockets for putting cards in, but they don't seem to open very easily, and I may have damaged this black version here. So the characters on the front of these, this is Yuron Li, which is based off oolong, which is a type of tea from China, I understand, and Death Chu Hai, Chu Hai being an alcoholic beverage served quite often in a can, which explains Chu Hai can from the original. Also, with these, I received this notebook, which seems to open a little more easily, and we've got, thankfully, it's never been used by the looks of it, so I'll try and keep it that way for preservation's sake. Next we have the JLeague Barcode 11, which is a handheld unit with its own cards. It features the same connectivity functionality as the Barcode Battler II, so you can use it to provide barcode scanning capability to Famicom, Super Famicom games, and the Barcode Battler C0 and C2. So again, I'll look into getting this preserved and translated as soon as I can. It's joining the end of a very long queue. Next up, we've got something we've already looked at. It's the Irwin version. So we've had a look at the cards, and I've had two of the same unit ordered in. The first one was missing a couple of cards and the English manual. The second one had a full set of cards but was missing the French manual. So across both of them, we have everything, and we've even, on the second time round, I've gotten lucky because the barcode was missing off the box the first time round, and we have it here. Okay, next we have a large collection of stationery items. So we have a mechanical pencil, I understand, with some of the Barcode Battler II characters. We've got PRS Gummy here on the right. On the left, we have CH Yomai, and in the middle, we have VMD Curif. So these are all the wizards of the new Barcode Battler 2. Then we have the Memo Pads, again, with some interesting artwork. I think there are some stickers that have never been used. Let's open this second one here. Yeah, stickers. Everything is present and correct, so I won't be applying those to anything. They'll be staying right there in the books, but I do hope to get them scanned in again. preservation's sake. It's the whole point of the museum. At the top here we have Euron Lee. Again, Euron being Oolong. He seems to be kind of a mascot for the Barcode Battler II. Death Chew High. And a third character who I'm unable to identify. I can't find him on any cards, but he might be in the manual somewhere. Next up we have the game rulers. Again we have the Wizard, VMD Curif, and Death Chew High. And on the back we have some exclusive cards and a ruler. I'm not sure how well you can see this. I'm not opening these just yet. I will very carefully separate the ends of the staple here so as not to damage the cardboard too much. But yeah, I'll get these scanned in, and I'm sure they'll look very nice and at home, along with all the other content on the website. Then we have these, which I thought were baseball themed, but this character here, he seems to have a Barcode Battler on his belt, and he's holding these memo cards. And I've opened this particular pack here. The memo cards are just simply that. They have, I think they're for people's contact details, and or you could write your message on the back and leave your details on the front. That's what those are for. I have 2 more boxes of these. One is a little sun damaged, but they'll both be on sale. I just need to get rid of these old price stickers very, very carefully. Next up we have what translates as the white card. I've not removed it from the packaging yet. Again, I've got another box of these, which came with something else, but wouldn't you know it, the barcode was cut out of the back. So again, these are going to be preserved. Then there's something we already have, but not in a self-contained package like this. So we already have Conveni Wars Barcode Battler for the Super Famicom, in fact, but it's in its own little box. We also have the adapter, but again, in its own little box. We've never got it to work, so it might be that this is what we need to get it to work, just a different instance of the same hardware. And on the back, I already have scans of these, I think provided by our longtime supporter Zenseria. Was it Zenseria? I think it was Zenseria. Next up, we have this train-themed set, which I don't know if it's officially endorsed by Epoch. I don't see Epoch markings on any of the cards. But there is a Conveni Wars symbol. If I carefully remove one of these from the packaging, you see there the official Barcode Battler logos alongside a whole lot of text. And there's, again, quite a lot to delve into here. But it looks like someone went to great effort to collect all these. And each card has its own place, as we can see here with the cat-like robot or cyborg being there. We've got what appears to be the mascot, a guy with a train for a head. For those who don't know, I'm a massive Resha Sentai Tokyo fan. So we've got a whole heap of these little folders here with lots of different train-themed gadgets, characters, weapons, wizards, soldiers. It's all happening. It's all in here, and I look forward to covering it in its own video one day. And there's a little manual there as well with Captain Trainhead, and again in full colour. And these interesting cards with circles cut out. So I don't know if these were like this when the whole folder was released, or if you poke the circles out as you collect the individual cards so you can see who you've got and who you haven't got at a glance. But again, one of those interesting little curiosities from the homeland of the Barcode Battler. And finally, the big reveal of this video, the most interesting item I think we've received I'll not keep you waiting too much longer. You've seen Mario cards, Legend of Zelda, Dragon Slayer, even Sonic the Hedgehog, Kirby, but I bet you haven't seen Street Fighter II. Licensed by Epoch. I've only ever seen these in one place, and that's the place I've bought them from, and I've already taken the time to put the cards into sleeves. Now, interestingly, there were 2 of each card in this box. There are 94 different numbered cards. There was 2 of everything, with the exception of the last 3 in the collection, of which there are 6 copies in total. And again, it's going to be very interesting. All your favourite Street Fighter characters are here. I will admit I don't know the difference between Ken and Ryu, but they do share a lot of cards. We've got Chun-Li. We've got Guile there. You all probably know these characters a lot better than I do. We have... It's not Zangief. It's Dalsim. It's Dalsim. Zangief is some other guy, isn't he? Zangief. He's a wrestler, if I understand rightly. Blanca. I think that's Blanca. E-Honda. I know E-Honda anywhere. That's Zangief, isn't it? Yes, Zangief. Balrog? I want to say that's Balrog. Although I think he's M. Bison in the Japanese version. I think Top Hat Gaming Man did a really good rundown of the character name changes between Japan and the West. Or Japan and everywhere else. So with that, Vega. I think we've got Vega here. We have this guy. I don't know his name, I will admit. We have M. Bison, as he's known in the West, but I think he's Vega everywhere else. And he's... I like this pose. He's just standing randomly on this guy's back. Yeah, just... yeah, I own you. And then various characters in different poses. A car, a statue, and this sign. And then yeah, these 3, the wooden barrel, the metal barrels, and this crate. There are 6 of these 3. 6 of each of these 3. And I'm not sure why. There are no instructions in the box, and as far as I can tell, there are none on the box. But I would be very interested eventually to get all these materials translated. It might be like Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters, in that all the instructions are on the backs of the cards themselves, perhaps. The best I can come up with is it's a 2-player game, and each player gets a copy of each card, with the exception of these last 3, where they get 3 of each of these cards, and gameplay ensues. And last but not least, we're finally up to the part of the video where I humbly ask you to support the Barcode Battler Museum. We have this range of items available for purchase, or we will do soon, from eBay. Some of them are already up, some I'm working on. We also have Patreon, if you have no room in your house for any of these, and you'd like to have your name mentioned at the end of the video. Our list of Patreon supporters is about to go up the screen, and it's incredibly short because we only just opened our Patreon account yesterday. If you'd prefer to remain anonymous, we have PayPal as well. You can choose from a wide array of ways to support the museum. So a quick rundown of the items available. We have a C0, more or less complete. We have a C2 that's missing the outer layers, the outer cardboard, which is present here. We have I understand it's a complete Barcode Battler with all of its original cards. The only thing it's missing is the Chahan Soldier 4, which is not for sale. I only have one of those, unfortunately. But I do have other promotional cards. I have Charsheofan and Dentala, the additional heroes which were included in the board game by default. We have a Tomy Barcode Battler, unboxed but complete with all of the cards and the manuals. Tested and working. We have the Gaiden Trilogy, all fully sealed. We also have a copy of Gaiden 2 without its factory seal, but the box and the cards are all present. We have Saiden 4, which you'll need the Barcode Battler C2 to play properly. You've noticed right there. We have Barcode World. We have Super Famicom Conveni Wars. We have the Japanese Barcode Battler II manual. We have quite a few of the Lord Monarch card sets available there for anyone who wants them. Only £6 ago. We have one of each of the erasers, the green and the red, or rubbers as we know them in this country. And last but not least, we have the memos. Again, one of them sun damaged, the other not so much, and I am going to remove these price stickers, which the previous owner had started with and hasn't gone all the way with. So all I can do now is thank everyone for watching. If for any reason, and I don't want to guilt anyone, if you can't provide monetary support for the museum, if you've enjoyed our video today, please like and subscribe and share. If possible, leave a comment down below. It all helps.